Good afternoon, Chalice. It's been quite a while since I sent a Friday message. Please know that my message every Friday is, gosh, things are terrible, and please hang in there, and I hope you're taking good care of yourselves. Always sending love. Yeah, hugs to all of us. But today I wanted to orient you a little bit to our upcoming cake talk. And in fact, I'm probably going to over explain a little bit our upcoming multiple cake talks for the year. This is a new event, and so I know it can be confusing when there's something new happening and uncertainty. So we're maybe gonna start to over explain too much. So first off, I just want to convey my enthusiasm for cake talks. I do sort of feel like you don't have to know too much about it to feel a little excited about the cake part. This is going to be something that we are going to do 4 times in the upcoming 12 months. We're going to do one a quarter. They're on Saturday morning from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 in our Chalice Chapel, and also online by Zoom. There will be time for coffee and cake during that 2 hours. We hope this is an event that will attract a lot of our congregants, and maybe even some of our congregants who aren't overly involved with lots of other stuff. We hope this will be a nice way to connect. So here comes the over explanation. There are 2 different kinds of cake talk. So you're going to hear about a different kind later on. So the 2 types of cake talk are community conversation, which is talking about Chalice stuff in our own community, and timely topic, which will be, things that might be of interest to a wide assortment of people, not just Unitarian Universalists or Chalice congregants. So our first one is a community conversation on October 4th. About our Chalice guideposts. We have 5 guidepost statements that the board, in conversation with the congregation, arrived at. There are 5 statements to help guide us in meeting our mission. So the first one is a community conversation. Our next one in January will be a timely topic. So, we're going to rotate sort of the types of conversations. But each one of the points of Cake Talk is to have some facilitated small group discussion. So you'll have discussion questions and break into small groups. And so there's 2 reasons for this, particularly thinking about October 4th. But the main hope of Cake Talk is just for us to come together and have an in-person experience together, and of maybe having some rich discussion together. With the world being what it is, and in our country especially feeling polarized and divided, and we're talking this year about digital distraction and disconnection. It is community building is an act of resistance, and coming together, putting our phones down and talking face to face, again, whether that's online or in person, but being together face to face, I think, is an act of community building and an act of resistance right now. So we just really wanted to offer an opportunity and to do that, and hope that at 12:30 when you leave, that you leave feeling better than you arrived, and feeling nourished and fed, just through our human connection and our interactions with each other. So that's the hope. And then the hope of this particular one about working with the guideposts, we don't want our Chalice mission and vision and guideposts to be things that only the board or the coordinating team are looking at or know about. We really want them to be alive in our congregation. So we wanted to invite a wide circle of congregants to come and, see our guideposts. You members would have seen them at the June 2024 congregational meeting. So there may be many congregants who aren't members or who didn't come to that meeting who haven't seen them, and think about them and what do they mean and how do they inspire us and all that kind of good stuff. So I hope you will consider coming. Some little details. We hope that you will register because it will help us with our planning. especially when we're talking about breaking people into small groups and how we move people around space. But you don't have to. If you wake up that Saturday morning and think, I want to go, just come. But if you register, you do get to vote on the type of cake. It needs to be ordered a couple of days beforehand, so you need to register first. And also let us know if you need childcare. We have childcare arranged for that morning, but again, it would help us to know how many people. There's an option to donate $5 to help if you can, but if you don't want to, or you don't have to. So that's optional. So yeah, I know your lives are very full. I was just with a couple of people in a social setting whose check-in was that they feel like they're drowning. And we might not all use that imagery, but I know it can feel overwhelming, and lots of us and you have complicated full lives. We really hope that this is something that if you can make space for it, that it would really nourish you and make what you're carrying feel lighter. I think our chance to be together and talk one-on-one, or even, in small groups even. It's amazing how many little meetings I attend. Even the board meeting, which you might imagine is, I feel like lots of people aren't excited about board meetings, and people feel better at the end of them. It feels good to be together. So, anyway, I hope to see you there. And if you can't make it to this one, there will be a timely topic cake talk coming up in January, and then another community conversation in April. So, we'll get those dates onto the Chalice website. And yeah, hope to see you there. Hope you're taking care of yourself. Sending lots of hugs and love.